waiting for you.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Field 2 of the Arthur Beetson Foundation Queensland Murray Carnival. This is the first round of the Open Women's Competition, and who other to bring us into the 2024 competition than the reigning champs, the Mungindi Panthers, taking on the Bayside Sisters. Alex Durante joined by Samoan national Sam Tangata SA, Big Sammy. This is the first women's game kicking us off.
I know, how exciting. Got your reigning champs here.
And there's a lot of blue out there, but the blue with possession are the Bayside Sisters. So they'll be shifting out to the left. And first hit on the field. So there's a few players that have stuck around in Mungindi. I can see Janaea Trapman in the 8. She's been key to their team. And there's a few new faces as well, though, from Mungindi, who will now have the ball. And it'll shift out to Brown. Oh, Brown, she steps around one. She'll take 2 with her. Down that right edge. They'll come back inside, though. It's with Harris. Harris still going. Harris, will she go all the way? Yes, she will.
Finds the line.
Amelia Harris will put first points on for the Mungindi Panthers in what, the first 30 seconds, Sam?
30 seconds.
She had a bit of work to do.
Mungindi Panthers.
Right down on the border. Probably our southernmost team, the Panthers.
It's great that you are familiar with some of these players playing out here.
Yeah, there's definitely a few. Daisy Gordon, the number 1, she played in the grand final last year. Then they had the Murray Curry knockout earlier this year that they also took out. So if they're looking for a repeat to join Berger, who were the males competition.
SB for Bob H. It's a maroon Honda. If you own that car, please go
and the competition, though, Sam, growing every year. It's huge. 105 teams across the juniors and seniors.
SB for Bob H. A maroon Honda.
Great punt from the 20, Willis, but it'll fall short. So Mungindi Panthers, though, they'll have a 4-point lead in the first round of the women's competition here on Field 2.
Bayside Sisters. They look good from the beginning. Had a good, solid start, couple of good carries. Just couldn't hold him off.
Tia Chapman in the 15, another one out there we've seen in last year's campaign. So it's a fairly new team, but they definitely have a few of the girls who were in last year's winning team. So a couple of those older heads, I'm sure, will be directing traffic to that white line. And we'll see a kickoff now, and the kicker, Willis, will take the first run up at Bayside Sisters. And this is the first game that these women, a lot of whom have probably played together as a squad as well. So you sort of expect that first game to be everywhere you iron out, but it's certainly not a first game for Trapman in the number 8, who's just met almost at halfway.
Good carry there by Trapman. Little show on the inside. Oh.
Nice little play out for Mungindi Panthers, but it will get lost in Fleming. So Bayside Sisters will have some ball. And it gets, I swear, Sam, that this competition and just the quality of rugby that's on display gets better every year, eh? Like, it's just
go for the game.
Oh, it's so encouraging for women's rugby as well. Like, future of, NRLW, of the BMD comp in Brisbane and Queensland.
And then you got the junior comp next week on, so looking forward to that.
It's exciting to see so many pathways, and especially for our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander players as well. So a lovely little scoop from Bayside Sisters. That's Madison Campbell, the number 3. We'll see her in the headgear. I'm sure it's not the last we've seen of her. We'll see a scoot, though, from the 9, Cleven. She'll take it just over the 40. Bit of momentum now for the Bayside Sisters. It'll touch the half. I think it's coming back inside. No, she'll take it herself. She loves the contact. Nigiri Green.
Finding her front, that's good.
Looks like they're gearing up. I think they're 22 wants a run. And another offload. God, there's not much to Green, but I tell you what, isn't she a great player? Oh, she's just lost it as I've said that, but you know, she had a repeat. She's not scared of the contact, not at all.
Be good for the Bayside, some of their middles just to get in, take some tough carries.
Yeah, it's been a lot of the outside backs and halves that have probably done a lot of the work, especially their number 7, Nigiri Green. I mean, she's in the 7, but she's been playing in the front row.
Bit of confusion here on the defensive line for the Bayside.
So here we go. She dropped the ball, but she certainly made up for it. That's Kayla Fleming, the number 12 for Mungindi. Shifting the short side now. It's with the half hinge. Oh, and it's been lost. It'll go dead. Bit of a scramble on that left edge. They had a little bit of momentum there.
Expansive. Playing some footy, Mungindi, I'd like to see just take a couple forward, you know, and then you got to earn the right to play footy. You know,
that's it.
Earn the right to play.
Can't get too tricky too quick.
Yep.
We're only, 5-7 minutes in of the first game here in the women's competition. Although there are another 6 teams playing across the park, so be sure to tune in to field 1, 3 and 4. But right in front of us, if you're tuning in, we've got the Bayside Sisters and the reigning champs, Mungindi Panthers. Bayside Sisters with the ball now. And there she is again, the half, the 7. She's looking for the offload. She'll find it that time, but Mungindi straight over the top. Chambers.
You read that well.
Here we go, the outside backs again. Madison Campbell. I'd love to see some more in the front packs of Bayside Sisters. I see a lot with their outside backs.
7 again.
There she is again. She's probably touched every ball, I'd say, Nigiri Green. And she's still looking for more. Oh, little block. Trapman straight out will force the kick. And Mungindi have to work now. So Mungindi will come out with Duncan. Duncan will dart straight to the middle. She's gained about 10 metres. And they'll shift it out again. There she is, the number 12, Kayla Fleming.
Getting involved there, like you to see. Back rowers getting in there. Now you're number 2, Davis. Good carry there. Good
Great
run.
fend from her as well, Brandy. Here we go, a bit more expansion, we'll see. She's looking back inside, but she'll shift to the right and find Brown. Brown, one more pass before finding Duncan. But Duncan will be stopped 5 short of the line. Defence.
Just go forward. Good little.
Oh, you might not need to when you've got Clarissa Berra, the 19 for Mungindi Panthers. They'll put another 4 points on the Bayside Sisters.
Good little tip on there by, was it Young?
Young, yeah. She probably could have taken it herself and just gone straight over the top, but some eyes up footy. She probably could have gone all the way, but why not if someone else can take it up as well? Share the work.
Try scorer having a little break here now.
Looks like Daisy Gordon, the fullback from last year's winning team, will be kicking for Mungindi. But they're certainly showing why they are the reigning champs, I should say. A lot of skill.
You can see the connection there. you know, they've played before, so it's always a benefit coming into these tournaments when you can have just a couple of them from the years before, from the year before.
It definitely helps with the cohesiveness of the team as well.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of the teams are generally pulled together in August. No, in Murray's, it's like, hey, who wants to come play on my Murray Carnival team? And, you know, you're just pulling all the cuzzies, putting all the calls in. And
it's always last minute.
Yeah, you pull a team together.
You're calling even the night before the tournament and trying to squeeze a few in there.
Anyone in Brisbane for the next 3 days, come down. I'm sure a team will be in need of a player, especially by the end of it. You know, they've played, so they're guaranteed 3 games. And then tomorrow afternoon will start to be more of the pointy end where some teams start to get eliminated.
Yep.
And then Sunday will be the semi-finals and grand finals. So a lot of these teams will be playing up to 2 games each day. And it's carnival footy, it's rough, it's up the gut. So, you know, on day 2 and 3, I think you can start to see pretty different teams. And a bit of injury and fatigue for sure, but that's someone who absolutely does not even understand what fatigue means. That is Janaea Trapman. Lovely tip on. Overton. They'll play that right side again. Here she is, the 13. She's been great. Emily Young. She was the try assist in the last one.
Play straight. Go forward.
Oh, there we go. She's found it. Tia Chapman.
She just got on the field.
Another one from last year's team as well. They're starting to make themselves known.
Started off with that great carry from Trapman. She one of the more experienced one on the in these carnivals.
I've seen her everywhere. She played last year. She played in the Murray Corey knockout, where they also took it out.
Yeah.
But she's solid, the number 8. She's been around the traps. So first 15 minutes, 25-minute halves. Looks like everyone will have a kick. Oh, I love it. A prop conversion. Madison Shaw, she'll put an extra 2 points on for Mungindi. 14-0 in the first half here.
Good on her.
I love a hybrid prop. Me and BB were saying earlier that, you know, traditionally the prop runs forward, but I tell you what, we've seen some tip-ons, some offloads, the hybrid prop. Queensland Murray Carnival, too good.
Bayside Sisters.
I think Bayside Sisters have actually lost a couple of their players as well.
Already.
And judging by just looking at sort of the bench too, there's not too many of them on there. So they might be struggling a little bit with numbers. Whereas Mungindi Panthers have quite a healthy bench, I would say.
Unlimited.
And that's what you need, unlimited, in these sorts of carnivals. Oh,
good.
The ball's come back. So Bayside Sisters, lovely. Capitalised off that error from Mungindi. This is the closest and the best field position the Bayside Sisters have seen. So 21 will take it up for a run. That's Cheyenne Doyle. They'll play back inside. Looks like their back rowers are getting involved.
Nice square at mark. Oh, no, high tackle.
So a penalty now for Bayside Sisters. Still great field position. Tamika Cleven will take it in. Oh, but she's taken back. Probably got negative meters there, I'd say, from the defense of Mungindi.
Just go forward.
Short side. It's with Shamika Fuller. Here we go. They'll shift out, play that open side. I'd love to see their halfback get involved a bit more. Nagiri Green, she was fantastic in the first 15 minutes. Might not need it. It's still with, I'm not sure who it was with actually. I think it was with Claire Cummins, and Cummins got an offload to find Shamika.
Good defence there.
That was a scramble, wasn't it? They had to work for that.
Had a couple of second, third plays there offloads. Great to see.
So they'll go for the kick, and it looks like it'll be back with Mungindi. So Mungindi coming out of their own half. They'll have to work here. There's the try scorer. She'll put on a bit of a step. She's still going. She finds an offload to her counterpart. It's still going. It shifts out to Kimberly Duncan. Duncan steps back in through the middle. And we'll see a penalty for a high shot.
Green just got her a little too high there.
Here we go, Mungindi Panthers. They'll wind up the spring. Crystal Overton.
Opted for the tap.
Well, here we go. Speed's on. She'll dart through. She beats one. She beats two. She's still holding on. Will she go all the way?
Dragging the couple over.
Kiana Patton, that was a storming run from her. They've got momentum. They've got the numbers as well.
Oh.
But Maria Brown, unable.
Tied onto that ball.
Almost a guaranteed try, I think, that one. They had the space out there, probably just overshot the pass.
She could have gone herself.
I think that's probably something, we've seen a couple of instances now that they probably could have just run it themselves. But I love it. It's a team, share the love. But when you've got some players like you do in Mungindi, I think that these women should back themselves. Gone quick this first half. 14 points to 0. Field 2. Plenty more action on field 1, 3 and 4. The women's competition kicks off today as well as the Opens men's. And Bayside Sisters will come out still looking to get some points on the board here. Looks like they're sending in a lot of their backs. Back inside, there she is. Nagiri Green, the number 7. The halfback for Bayside Sisters has been great, Sammy.
She's been holding them all together. Seems like it's a new team, Bayside Sisters.
And as I said, that was a mistake because the ball has gone back to Mungindi Panthers, and it's with Kayla Fleming now. Fleming might find the line.
And she does.
She does. Kayla Fleming, she's been a workhorse, the number 12 for Mungindi Panthers. And they're just too strong at the moment, Mungindi. But I think you're right in saying that Bayside Sisters, if not a new team, maybe a team that hasn't played together a lot.
A lot.
Which we see in carnivals all the time. And, when they play later on today, it could be a completely different team because they've had now to warm up and work together and get some of those combinations going. It's a tough draw to pull, to have the reigning champs as your first game as well, Mungindi Panthers.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think anyone would have wanted to, especially if it is a newer team or a team maybe that don't have as much experience together. But, they'll have 3 days or 2 days, and if they make finals the third day.
It's all about building confidence, and Bayside should just look at that. I think your number 7 there for Bayside Green, she's trying her best. She's just got to get a lot of the other girls just to find their confidence, take a carry.
That's it. It's all just about that first hit up too, and all your nerves will go. That's it. You've just got to get a bit of contact, and as soon as you get it, you're done. But I think for Bayside Sisters, I mean, Nagiri Green, she's the halfback, so realistically, she probably shouldn't be taking a lot of the carries. But I love that about her, that she does. Like, she's willing to get in there and get the job done.
Madison Campbell too. She's been exceptional. you can tell the difference with players who's played before and players who are fairly new. So really acknowledging Bayside.
It's
These girls
also
have come, put on a jersey. It takes courage, you know.
absolutely. It takes a lot of courage to play in the Murray Carnival.
Come in and then and play. So
And I think you're representing and you're playing for more than just yourself and your team. It's
Absolutely.
it's communities, it's your families, your bloodlines for a lot of these women. So I think it's just so much pride in this carnival, which I love, and all the players go out there just to put on their best display. And we've seen that in the first 20 minutes here. Bayside Sisters still looking to get on the board, but Mungindi Panthers just break away the 24 Chambers.
Chambers with a good run there.
They'll play the right side now. It's with the half before finding the 5, and oh, wasn't that beautiful?
Duncan. Great ball from
Angelina, what a go. What a lovely cutout from her.
good vision there. Great vision.
That was a huge cutout pass to find the wing, and it's a little bit windy today as well. So again, probably could have taken it up herself. They seem to be able to make holes, the Mungindi Panthers, but
I love their little. They're playing some footy, playing eyes up, tipping it on, creating space.
that's the beauty of carnival footy too. Like, you can come in with set plays and combinations, but odds are they're going to go right out the window, and you're just going to go back to relying on those players to play eyes up footy, play what's in front of you. You know, it's what we're taught from day dot, and it's exciting to see that this is exactly what these players are doing. So unsuccessful conversion, but that's okay, because the Mungindi Panthers will lead Bayside Sisters 22 points to 0. Couple minutes left in this first half here of the women's competition. Mungindi really starting to break out, I think, now, and after half time it might be the break that the Bayside Sisters need just to regroup, and
Just to regroup.
that's all you need.
All it is. Build confidence. Set little goals, you know. Set little goals in terms of coming up straight, coming up together, just making a tackle, you know. Where Mungindi, they can get a little bit complacent, get comfortable, and go away from the plan. But it's also an opportunity, you know, like to string a couple of combinations, you know, test themselves here.
That's it. They've got a pretty healthy lead, but in the beauty of QMC, you know, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely. 25 minutes is a lifetime for these women. I'd love to see Bayside get some points. I think it would be a really big boost to their confidence as well, and to a lot of the newer players.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's really hard for anyone to finish on that naught, but you know, when you're playing like Mungindi, you really do have to put your best foot forward. But
Yeah,
I
you
think
do.
after that, you know, half time, like you said, little goals, and just for every girl out there to get a touch as well. Love to see a few of them get a run. That's
just get
it.
a run, even if it's at dummy half. You know, attempt a tackle at least.
Absolutely.
You know, so
And that's a tackle and a
that's a
half
tackle there.
from the
Great tackle.
13, Sharia Doyle. She's been solid too. It's hard when you've got players on. The
Like that.
fend from the 14. Kayana Patton.
Wow.
Ew!
Campbell trying to come across there. Yeah.
It's hard. They're trying their absolute best, but Mungindi, the combinations, the ability to just really send it in any direction they want to, and have the confidence that there will be a player there to collect and take it. Like, they know where each other are on the field, so you can tell these women have played together before, because they have this reliance on each other that, you know, if I'm going to do a cutout to the left or the right, there's going to be someone there that's going to collect it. And that's going to be probably my fend of the carnival so far, though, from Patton. That was huge. She sent her to the Gold Coast with that. So we'll see a quick conversion straight in front of the sticks, and it should take Mungindi's lead 26-0. And there it is, half-time here on Field 2. Mungindi Panthers lead Bayside Sisters 26-0 in the first round of the women's competition.
So now it's half time at the 12 o'clock game. Next round of games scheduled to kick off at 1 o'clock. Second round in the men's, JJL Memorial versus Darkness Connection on field 1. Oakley Red Valley Blacks versus Country Brothers on field 2. John Kemp Memorial versus Palm Island Barracudas on field 3. And Coastal Blacks versus Bruce Fisher Memorial Team on field 4. When we get managers from each of those teams, please find the field scorers on your field. Get the iPad checks done. Managers from each of those teams, please find the field scorer on your field. And get the iPad checks done.
If it's their first time, it's so defeating to confidence. To be against, arguably the best team.
But for the coach, you just keep the energy up.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I don't think they've actually had a run yet.
And number 22 is here.
Yeah, I keep seeing her sort of ready. And
back.
I'd love to see her get in there. But she's sort of the only one that's a front row size. It's quite a small team. Yeah, all good.
Hit the wall now.
Hey?
My presentation ball last night.
Oh.
The Dolphins president.
Oh, that's right. I saw that on Insta. Where was that at?
That was over in, what do you call it? Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Oh, is it that big?
It's massive.
Actually, there's quite a few of these players that are back again. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now.
Did you do this? Did you write this yourself?
No, I copied this off they had the winning team from last year. So I was genuine. I was just curious actually who was still, because I heard things like that was a different team this year, but the majority of their girls that are in their plays position, besides Wadigo, have played together before, so it makes a lot of sense.
Go champ.
He's my old coach.
You got a back-to-back after this?
No, it's like an hour. I wish it was sometimes. I'd rather just go. Just do all the events. Oh, it's men's anyway.
BB? Is BB covering for Don Malone?
Yeah.
And tomorrow too?
I think we'll be.
So Duck's not on anymore?
I don't think so. I think he said that he's in Cops or something, Lacey said, or someone said he's away.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow I might have to get someone to cover. In the afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Field 2, the Open Women's Competition. Mungindi Panthers took us into half-time with a 26-0 lead over the Bayside Sisters, and they will have first bite of the cherry of this second half here.
Trapman with a good carry
That
there,
was
as
Trapman.
always.
She's solid, and haven't they come out swinging? They'll send up Willis next. Willis hasn't been shy of contact. She's looking for an offload.
She got some ball skills there too. In the first half, little tip on here and there. Trapman again.
So what I love about Trapman is that she will go for repeats. She loves it. Oh, and here we go, right at the back. We might see very early points on from the number 2, Brandy Davis. Yes, we will. Mungindi Panthers. They have come out of the gate absolutely swinging. I don't know what happened at half time, but Trapman, two charges from Trapman before going out to that left edge and finding Brandy Davis. And Davis had a bit of work to do, but she just seemed to dance around the...
She did another shimmy.
Oh,
bit of a fend here.
That's it.
Try.
Very early try. So 30 points to 0 now. We can start to see why they are the reigning champs. And over half time, we just had a very quick look at the team that sort of continued over, and it's interesting because it's actually a lot of the spine who have stayed. So the likes of the fullback, Daisy Gordon, their halfback, Tarnea Hinch, Janaea Trapman, the number 8, also the hooker, Megan Prince, and Emily Young in their lock position. So essentially the key players have remained consistent, which is huge for a team.
Especially for this team and for your newbies coming in. When you have the spine, you need guidance, you need direction. And from last year, you got your key spines there. They're definitely sending direction. Led by Trapman there, laying the platform for her. Bayside Sisters, yes. Lacking a little bit of energy walking up.
It's tricky because they started with 12 on and then they actually had to pull someone else off the bench. So I think they only have one player on the bench, which is hard. Like coming into Carnival Comp, you know, you have these unlimited changes and you sort of expect you're able to, you know, have a run, go off, have a little break, come on and start those subs. But I think a lot of the players who are on the field now are probably going to be the ones who are on there for the rest of the Carnival. I think, like we mentioned, a lot of these players, it might be the first time, if not playing, you know, in QMC. So that's encouraging too. But Sheree Doyle, the 13 for Bayside Sisters, she's been super. She's been up and everything. There, you know, she's getting the ball. And here we go. As I say that, Mungindi Panthers 17. Amelia Harris, she got a try in the first half. She'll look for a second in this. And they're struggling to get back, Bayside Sisters. They're really going to have to work now because Mungindi are starting to close in. They've got the momentum now. They'll play the short side. It'll find the 13 for Mungindi. A lovely cutout pass. Finds the 4. That's Maria Brown. And it looks almost too easy, Sam.
Yeah. Bayside sisters, Neri Green trying her best just to defend there. She's been tackling a lot of the big boppers.
It's tricky because when they have the ball and they got momentum, there's really nothing to stop Mungindi Panthers. And you can start to see fatigue kicking in for Bayside sisters, and it's going to kick in a lot quicker than teams that have a full bench of people. Because unfortunately these players aren't, afforded a break every now and then. They'll probably have to play 25-minute halves across the carnival. That's a lot. And in these conditions, it's hot. It's Queensland. It's 30 degrees. But Mungindi Panthers just clinical. Not a lot of errors we've seen in this game.
Like I mentioned in the second half, it's an opportunity to work on their combinations.
Which they're probably combinations they've been doing consistently through last year because they have it.
They can offload, but sometimes it's just play the ball so they can set a play and play out that play.
When you've got a healthy margin of 34 points to nil is now what the scoreline is, you can probably afford to make a few different plays and maybe some changes.
You can just go out and have a bit of fun just for the Bayside. Could they play mercy rule here? Where tap like Oztag. If you get 10 points in front, tap from the beginning.
Yep.
Or they could probably kick off for them and they could just have a chance to run the ball.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that the Bayside sisters just haven't had a lot of possession. When you've got a team as strong as Mungindi, and Mungindi also forcing errors for the Bayside sisters too, and, having that higher level game IQ, I would say, in some of the spine and some of those older heads that have played this game and played this carnival before. I think it's a big advantage, but there's some real standout plays for me for the Bayside sisters. I mean, the half Nagiri Green, but also the 13 Sheree Doyle. She's been in everything. She's got she's got a lot of heart. Look after that. She's just kicked it off, and she's one of the first ones in to receive Trapman. I wouldn't go near Trapman. Look at that. She's still going. She'll take out half the line with her. A 40-metre run. She'll start today.
She's going to get some meters up.
She's a meter eater, Trapman. And you watch, I reckon she'll be the next one to take a run up. She loves it.
I like this number 20 as well, Willis. She's been directing play, tipping on, carrying. Look at us.
Speaking of, there she is. And then she
is with a little tip on there to Trapman.
We have another vehicle parking, another vehicle's in outside.
I'm not sure what position the 20 is. Is she playing in the front?
It might be a 13 lock.
Good
ball there.
Too easy. I think that was the 12 again, wasn't it? Kayla Fleming.
Number 12 again.
Yes, Kayla Fleming will go over for her second try. But yeah, you mentioned the 20, Tashana Willis, and the combination between her and Janae Trapman, like they're just running in pairs.
They're running in pairs.
And it makes such a difference when you do that with your front row.
Having a ball playing middle, was always, you always have that in that 13, So you're talking about that, what was that word? Hybrid middle, hybrid prop, all those skills, that element of taking the carries, making your tackles, ball playing. When you're adding those elements to your game, it's always great.
Gone are the days of the steamroller prop. It's probably our days, Sam.
Yeah, that was our days.
Yeah. Just so much skill to be able to take the meters and take these heavy hits and then somehow find an offload in it. It's the way the game's going, though, especially the women's games. It's the quality and the skill.
It's
never ending.
Skill level. It's great.
So 38 points to nil now is what the scoreline is here on field 2. It's the first round of the women's competition. There's games on fields 1, 3 and 4, and they'll also have another round later today. I think it's around 4 p.m. will be the second round for the women's competition. One more round tomorrow, and then it'll start to get to the pointy end where we start to have our semi-finalists and grand finalists on Sunday. So Mungindi will be looking for their second, a repeat trophy. We've got some new kids on the block, that's for sure. And I think Bayside Sisters, they're a team that's been in this competition many times, but I think we've got a few new players, which is always exciting. And that's sort of the beauty of Murray Carnival, is you can come and have a go with your sisters.
Bayside sisters, where are they from?
The Bayside.
Up north.
I think Brisbane Bayside, Sam.
Is it Brisbane Bayside? Okay, sorry. Apologies.
Just jump on the QMC app, which if you don't have it, make sure you download it. It's got plenty of information. It's got the schedule, live results, live streams, and all the teams as well.
If you're tuning in locally, come down. We've got a couple marquees here and with some food stalls.
We have Sam Tangata SA doing a meet and greet later on in the car park.
Yep. Bring $5 for a signature.
Tanny will give you a photo. All right, Mungindi Panthers. Oh, I was gone for a second, trying to find out where my Bayside sisters are from, and Mungindi shot straight out the gate. Looks
Good
like they've got a couple of new players on as well. We've got Willis, we've got Overton, Babongi's on there too, the 22, and they'll go over for some more points for Mungindi. It's becoming quite apparent, the strength, I would say, of Mungindi. But it'll be interesting when they go up against a couple of the other teams in the competition as well. Some who have had players roll over throughout the years and, have some of those older heads in the team too.
Bayside sisters just keep their heads up, keep chatting to each other. Heads are dropping, hands on knees. Probably already thinking when is this game going to be over?
Yeah, it's as much as a mental game, rugby league, as it is a physical game, and you'd know that, Sam, just being, of all the years that you've played. But I think it just has to come back to that chat, just keeping that chat up. It's huge that these women have come. That's the first big step. They've made it here.
Yeah, they made it here.
They're here. They have everything to be proud of. They're playing the reigning champs. That's not an easy card for anyone to pull in their first round, and they've done it. And they've done it with grace. Like it's not hard. It's not easy at all. But yeah, I believe Bayside sisters are from southeast Queensland.
Southeast Queensland. Bayside. Which
a lot of the teams are, but looking at this QMC map, we've got teams from as north as the Torres Strait, and as south as Mungindi, and we've got central Queensland teams. It seems to grow over a year, which is exciting, and we see all the talent on display. And speaking of talent, here we go. See, that's what I love about Mungindi. They're absolutely not afraid of contact. And Crystal Overton, the 21, she loves it as well. Like, Trapman's having a break, but I think the thing here, and sort of the encouraging thing and sort of a big advantage for Mungindi, is even when they are resting their big props, they've got other ones that can come on and do the job, like Chambers. Chambers came to work.
She did.
Anastasia Chambers, the 24. And there's got to be some points here. We spoke too soon, Sam. Brandy Davis, the offload to Cindy Young. Brandy probably could have, again, taken it herself, but she's gone for that pass out, and, it's a bummer, but it's one they can, afford to lose. It's 42-0, but...
Bayside gets the ball back.
Bayside, here we go, Bayside.
Bayside gets...
the underdogs in the competition.
Bayside, we get to see Bayside with the ball. Let's see.
And that's
what they can do.
That's really what it's come down to, is that they just haven't seen the ball. And when there's been so many repeat tries, a lot of the times Mungindi have scored straight off the kickoff. Like, there hasn't even been any errors from them, or it's very rare that we'll see an error from Mungindi. But here we go. One that will certainly help the campaign of Bayside sisters. And they'll have another set here. There'll be a penalty. which will help them. And I'd love to see more of the Bayside sisters getting involved, maybe a few of their front rows.
Just take some carry. There you go, number 22. Let him go. Oh! Ref, let him have it.
42 points to 0. I would have loved to see that one slide.
Oh, I would have just let that one slide, ref. But
that's, they're on it. They're on their game. They're on their game, the refs.
Just want to acknowledge our refs as well.
They're all the men and women in pink. And all the support staff as well. The people running water boys,
everyone involved.
The ball kids as well.
Ball kids, they got their uniforms as well.
So much to make a carnival like this come together, but... All right, Mungindi, they'll have their second attempt here. They probably won't need it. No, the fullback, she'll step back in.
She wants to go underneath them.
And there we go, Daisy Gordon, the fullback, repeat player. She's got a QMC title under her belt, I should say. I don't even know why she shifted out to the left. She probably could have, she went back to where she started anyway. She could have scored out there. There was quite a big gap. And you can see Bayside sisters are getting tired now. It's getting quite apparent that they're struggling for numbers and struggling because I think what a difference some fresh legs would make for them. Like especially in their forward pack and just being able to rotate some players through, get a few run ups, give their backs a break to come in on the third or fourth tackle and do something not tricky but a bit more expansive.
You get a rest.
Get a rest. That's it.
Come back on, sweet. Go again.
And that's the beauty of Mungindi. We'll see, looks like the 18 and 19, so Mitchell and Byra will come on, Bearer, and some more fresh legs.
Yeah.
They've had a lovely little break, and they'll have the last 8 minutes.
Daisy Gordon converts her own try. That's why she wanted to go underneath.
There we go, Miss Gordon.
She wanted to kick right in front.
So
Daisy Gordon.
48 points to 0 is the scoreline here. They might crack 50. There's 7 minutes left in this second half here. First game, first round for the Open Women's competition. And all of these teams will play later on today as well at 4 o'clock, the final game of the day. And then plenty more action tomorrow as well as Sunday where the champions will be crowned. It'll be a semi-final backed up with the grand final. So another 2 games on Sunday.
Sunday morning. Tune in.
And then the juniors, though, the next generations. Yeah, the little ones will be next week. So
Monday, Tuesday will be the
very little ones, the Jarjums, the ones
very little ones.
It's my favourite to watch. I'd love to get commentators on it. They don't know what they're doing. They're just running around. They're just having the best time, these little babies. It just, warms your heart. And then they'll be the juniors next time. And then the juniors will be the seniors. So you love to see the generations come through these sorts of carnivals and lots of family. So the halfback,
Bayside.
The leader, I would say, on the field, the 7, she'll take the kickoff. And Mungindi Panthers, there she is. That's the fresh legs we talked about. Bearer, she'll go all the way, Sam. There's no way. No, she won't. She'll be slung from Bayside sisters. That's all heart from the 6. Chelsea Campbell, one of the skippers out there. And it'll find the try scorer, the second try scorer, Kayla Fleming. She'll be looking for a third. They'll shift back left. And here we talk about the fresh legs, Sam. And I think almost a lot of the tries that have been scored for Mungindi Panthers have been some very fresh legs. It makes that much of a difference.
It does make so much of a difference. And Bayside just morale down, energy low.
But that was all heart from the 6, Chelsea Campbell. I honestly thought that Bearer was off and she was, she took a try straight off kickoff. But she chased it out and, even a scoreline of 52-0, she didn't let it go. Anyone in, those positions where you have a scoreline like that, you do feel like giving it up and, no, she chased it out. I love that. That's all passion. Yep. That's heart. That's QMC. Heart. And I think that's a big takeaway that Bayside sisters can have, that they've turned up for each other. There has not been one player on there that has not turned up for each other and for their team and their community. Yep. And now I don't think there is really any bench left for the girls. I think that they're playing with the team that they will play with for the rest of the carnival, and that in itself, starting from day one, like, you expect to lose players a little bit later.
They've lost a couple already. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they find fill-ins. Are they allowed fill-ins? What happens here?
So
What are the rules?
tomorrow is the final day that there can be registrations.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
I believe that if they're players that aren't already playing for other teams, like it's it's hard to find players.
Yep.
So they might have some extra cavalry, but they might also be players that just couldn't make it today,
Yep.
and we might see some additional players.
They'll probably come tomorrow.
They might be working, so they might be working and coming tomorrow or even later today. So I hope that there's some more players for Bayside Sisters. I think it would give them a lot of encouragement just to have. I mean, it gave me a lot of encouragement when I played, just looking at the bench, because then I knew I could go off. Like, you almost know that.
Are you trying to say something?
Nah.
Are you trying to say something?
I could know that there was a break coming for me. Like, I have a run and done. Like,
pretty sure you packed your boots here.
Yeah, that's it. Bayside Sisters on available. No, I'd be doing a disservice to them if anything. I think they are doing an exceptional job with the players that they have, and
not very long to go here.
No, that's
Bayside
it.
Sisters
A couple
just
minutes.
hanging in.
They'll get a well-earned break, and I think they've got a lot to take away from this game. Like, the scoreboard doesn't show a great. It's a pretty big point aggregate of 52-0, but there's a lot that they can take away from this. I think that they should definitely go off with their heads held high.
Bayside Sisters might get the ball. They get the ball back. They get another opportunity.
Here we go. Another opportunity. This is what they need. They just need the ball, and they just need a few runners, just a few run-ups. That's all it is. A few hit-ups just to make some meters.
I would be calling who hasn't had a run come in and have a run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably something that maybe there's communication hasn't been huge for Bayside Sisters too. Just having a couple of players out there who are the talkers. It'd be great if everyone's talking, but just two to direct the traffic and keep that positive chat up as well. I think the halfback and I think Chelsea Campbell, I think actually both their halves, the 6 and the 7, have been real leaders out there in some pretty dire conditions. They'll go for the chip and chase. Oh, and the chase is on. Here we go. It's between Brandy Davis and the fullback, Summer Spence, but Davis will collect. Davis still going. Brandy, she'll go straight over the half fly. She's still going. She'll shoot past. She might make 80 metres here. Oh, she'll go all the way, Sam. What is that? What is that from Brandy Davis? That is not what they were expecting, I don't think. Bayside Sisters, when they went for the chip and chase straight out of the scrum. I love the idea.
I love the idea.
I love it. And you know what? The chase, Summer Spence, she's got some wheels on her. Like, the chase was on.
Yeah.
But, look, it's probably not something I would try against Mungindi Panthers. It's just that, they've got players everywhere. They've got players where players shouldn't be. Like, they are just an expansive team. They know where they need to be. But I love that. They haven't tried that in this game. Again, another skill they can take away from this, the chip and chase. They do it again, they probably can get it and capitalise off it. Because, if Brandy Davis wasn't there, Summer Spence, she was on her toes. Like, she could have got there.
She has some wheels, yeah.
And considering she's played a full game as well, no breaks, and she still is able to have enough fuel in the tank to put that chip and chase in.
Yep.
So it's definitely not the end of the Bayside Sisters or the last that we've seen. They'll have another game later on today. I think a break is great. I think some chat between the team and just to, there's a lot of positives they can take out of the game. Obviously, there's a lot of learnings as well, like any game, but Mungindi Panthers, you can't, it's hard to fault. I won't. It's just, that's it. It's experience. Their spine is just, but even not just the spine, the forward pack, the players that they have coming off the bench. In what world do you have women like that coming off your bench? Like, oh.
Yeah, you did mention it though. It'll be interesting to see how Mungindi play against these other teams. So safe to say they are still fresh. They'll be on a high from this good win, so we'll see how they go for the rest of the tournament.
Absolutely, and there's plenty more action to come, but we will leave you there. Mungindi Panthers will take the first win against Bayside Sisters, 56-0. Stay tuned though, we will be going into the Open Men's competition next.
Field 1, we've got JLL Memorial,